Hello and welcome to the Miles Irvin Show. I'm your host, Miles. Across my screen is my guest host, Goggles. Goggles, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Yeah, you're turning into Greg Popovich with these one-word responses.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. I guess it keeps on going. We are back, and we are doing part two of the 10 burning questions that are currently forming planet Earth right now. So we need to answer the rest of these questions so that we can have an NBA season.
My answers will destroy planet Earth.
Your answers will destroy planet Earth. Dude, you were nearly destroying planet Miles during the break. But anyways, let's get right back into it. Goglin, which player is under the most pressure coming into this season?
Well, I mean,
Who's
it's the
number
guy that just
number
got.
one at your list?
It's Damian Lillard
Yeah. Oh, all right. Why do you say that?
because all this drama that we just had this whole off season, and then he's got to have something to show for it. If not this year, next year, sometime. Like it's got to happen. They
Uh,
got to go out and like win the championship now.
Yeah, that is very true. They are definitely one of the favorites to win it all now,
Oh, so
especially
you
on this team.
and then I have two more, but I think you have one of them.
I think I do have one of them. But just looking at Lillard's success, this is when he was a number one guy with Portland, and you see he's done all he's had to do scoring. You know, they made the conference finals that one year, but like mostly it's first round exits or the last 2 years. They're a lottery team. So
Like the Sixers.
like the Sixers,
Sixers never make it past the second round.
that is very true, and that is exactly why my player under the most pressure is Joel Embiid, because
Mm-hmm.
he is the only MVP in NBA history to never play in a conference finals game.
He's a bum.
He's the only MVP to never play in a conference finals, one of three to never play in a finals. Just for fun, Goglin, who are the other two MVPs that have never played in a finals game?
Let me
Some
go deep in my bag today.
let's do some fun trivia. This is impromptu. Who besides Joel Embiid, who are the two MVPs to never play in a finals game?
Allen Iverson did.
Both of these players won an MVP in the 2000s century.
Oh.
So it's 2000s or
Okay.
2010s.
So we have Shaq. We have Steve Nash. That's one. Book it. And then it's not Allen Iverson, is it?
No, he's
Miles.
got the step over Ty Lue.
Oh, that's right. That's so long ago. I got the one. I got the bum.
Yes, yes. If you wanted to say
Um,
worst MVP of all time, for the sake of time, I could just give it to you. It's Steve
no,
Nash.
no, no.
No, you still want to?
Oh, it's James Harden. I'm stupid. I'm
N-
so stupid.
No.
Oh my God, you're right.
He's been in a finals, a
Yeah, with the Thunder.
with the Thunder, dude.
I
Yeah,
hate the Thunder.
but Derrick Rose, Derrick Rose.
Not fair. He never plays.
I I know he was the youngest MVP of all time, then the injury, so we cut him some slack there. But anyways, Joel Embiid, only MVP to never play in a conference finals, and
The whole box of Charmin Ultra sauce.
unlike the case of Damian Lillard, where he has terrific playoff performances. Look at Embiid's numbers every year he's in the playoffs. Besides the year they were in the bubble, his playoff scoring
Terrible.
averages decrease every single season, including last year. It went down nearly 10 points per game. That is terrible.
Pathetic.
That is terrible. Now, even though his team, it got worse this offseason and it will continue to after the whole, James Harden thing, whatever's going to happen with that trade.
Screw that guy.
Um, they're not going to be favored to win the East or anything like that. But what MVP caliber guys can do is carry their teams when they may not be
Not him.
favored.
Not him.
I'm just I'm just
Luka.
I'm No, I'm just saying though, he always struggles in the playoffs, and it's becoming unacceptable, and that's why I have him as to be
I
under the
agree.
most pressure because, you know, how has this team not made it out of the second round? Like that's crazy.
Because they got a box of tissues at center.
Box of tissues at center. That's right.
Actually, no, they're the softest team in the NBA, just in general. You got James Harden,
Hey,
Joel
hey,
Embiid.
Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly's on the Sixers now, dude. Rockets
Moving
legend.
on.
Okay, moving on. Here's a much shorter, more fun question. I guess I would say easier question. Who will lead the league in scoring?
Shea.
Shea? You've got Shea.
Well, Shea and or Joel. I think
I like it. I like it. Here are the three leaders from last season. It was Embiid, it was Luka, and it was Lillard. But I like
it's not gonna be
Shea.
Dame.
I
I
like Shea.
love Shea.
It will not be Dame. I have a guy that's similar to Shea. That's like on a lower tier of guys. I think that most likely it'd be for guys that haven't done it before. I'd say Luka. But in that
You
next
say he's a lower tier than Shea?
no. I was saying guys that have not done it before. Out of all the players that haven't done it before, it's Luka. But then the lower, but then the
Oh.
next tier,
You're
bolder
on the side.
bolder predictions for leading the league in scoring this year. I've got two guys. I've got Trae Young and Anthony Edwards.
I love Anthony
I
Edwards.
love Anthony Edwards, man. We'll see. I think he has the potential to make that Shea
He was
Shea
gonna be my
sort of
pick, but
jump.
then like he doesn't get the shot that Shea does, especially when Towns is in the lineup.
That's the thing. Hey, we'll see though. That Team USA run this past year where he was their best player, it could definitely carry
He's just the
into
best
this
player.
year.
He's the best player in the league.
In the
Behind Dylan Brooks.
Goglin, you're oh my gosh. Okay. Moving on. Out of all the teams in the league, which is the toughest for you to predict? There are some easy ones that's like, okay, Milwaukee, Boston, Phoenix, Denver, they're all going to be great. San Antonio, Houston, they're going to stink. But
Whoa.
I'm
No,
just
no, it's fine.
I'm just
No, wait, keep going. We're fine.
I'm just kidding on the Houston thing. We'll see what happens with Houston.
I didn't say that.
What team is the toughest for you to predict?
The Brooklyn Nets.
I agree.
I could realistically see the Brooklyn Nets making the finals.
Okay, well no, I disagree with that.
No. Actually, yes, I think I could see them making the finals, but I could also see them missing the playoffs altogether. But that's unlikely.
How would they
Still pretty weak.
How would they make the finals?
Just because I could see a world where Ben Simmons goes back, like maybe not all the way back to his old form, but at least he becomes the elite defender and the elite playmaker around the guys that they have there.
If he's all defensive, then the Nets can make a jump. I mean, that's what I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Their season hinges on. Not enough to make the NBA Finals, but
Mikal Bridges is going to be an All-NBA player.
He could. I mean, 26 per game last year with the Nets, I think.
And with how good he is on defense, book it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Nets lineup. I mean, they're very versatile on really both ends. I would say
This is looking like the best defensive team I've ever seen in my life.
It's looking pretty solid defensively.
Where's Ben?
Ben, the power forward. I put him in the power forward. Well, because we don't know. We don't know if he's going to begin the season as a starter, if he's going to progress into that as the season goes along. I would say that their biggest question or biggest problem and on why they wouldn't make it that far in a playoff run or maybe super high in the East is their lack of centers. It's Nick Claxton. That's it.
Nick Claxton's a beast.
He is a beast. But when you look at the front court of all of these teams in the East that they're going to be going against with Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Cleveland, New York, I don't think you can survive with just one center on your roster. That's why I would think that they wouldn't be that crazy, especially in the playoffs, but even in the regular season.
And can play center.
But Ben, yeah,
Ben will
Ben
play
can
center
play. Ben can play small ball center. Um,
easily.
but I'd say Brooklyn is tough. Is definitely tough to predict. I'd also go with teams like New Orleans because you'd always predict them to be pretty solid, but then they're just not, and it's usually due to injury and stuff like that.
Zion looks massive this year. Yeah, why doesn't he play games? Like,
That's a great question.
it's
That is,
ridiculous.
that is a great
Timberwolves are
question.
also up there, but we're not
Ti-
gonna get into that right now.
Timberwolves. I say Timberwolves, Thunder, and Pelicans are all like right in that tier to me, where I just don't know like which will be great, which will be which will just be, you know, disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on,
Honestly, I'd prefer if Brooklyn was really bad this year.
you'd prefer if Brooklyn was really bad. Well, yeah, because Houston has Brooklyn's pick,
Yeah.
Mister
So
Mister Rockets fan. But anyways,
when did I ever say that?
who will be the biggest name traded this year? Now, last year was, we had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving getting traded midseason. Do you think
Small
we're gonna?
names.
Do you think we're? Do you think we're gonna have something crazy like that happen again, or is it gonna be a little more low key
Mm-hmm.
this year? You think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna happen again? Who do you think is gonna get moved?
Sharman Ultra Soft Pack. Joel Embiid.
You think the MVP of the league is getting traded this year? Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then Cam or James Harden or both.
Well, I think
Especially,
Harden's a definite guy at the top of that list. Um,
yeah.
I don't think that Joel would get traded until the off season if they were to trade him.
Yeah, it just depends.
It just depends. I was saying, James Harden, that's the obvious one. So besides that, I went like if you want a tier below that, OG Anunoby has a player option this year with Toronto, which is only 19 million. He's going to get more in the offseason, and the Raptors are a team that I think need to blow it up really badly, so they should trade him now before they lose him for nothing. And then if you want to go like a little bit lower than that for like guys that are on rebuilding teams at the bottom of their conferences right now that contenders could use, you've got Malcolm Brogdon on the Blazers, and you've got Bojan Bogdanovic from the Pistons. Those are two guys there I think that could get moved. But
Maybe 8 and 2.
do you
Depending
think
on how he's fitting in.
do you think you
Depending
you
on how
think
he's fitting in with Williams. Like if he's playing good, they might try and sell him high.
you think they would do that to
Honestly.
do you think they would trade Ayton over Williams if they ended up trading one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I would. Just because you can get more value for Ayton, I think. Plus, Robert Williams is going to be their anchor.
Yeah, and with a core of like a lot of guards with Scoot Simons and Shaden Sharp, you need some sort of defense in the back, so I guess
Yeah.
definitely makes a lot of sense. Let's get to our
Oh, here we
final
go.
question, and this is
Here we go.
the granddaddy of them all.
Oh, here we go.
2024 NBA Finals prediction. Would you like
Say
would
mine
you
first.
would you
I
would
can't say mine first.
you can't say yours first. You want me to go first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is this going to happen? I'm not sure, but this is what I would like to see happen this year. Just for the pure history of the league, it'd be great. So, we are going into the year 2024. We are going into one of the final years of LeBron James,
The king.
the king. I am hoping for a storybook ending. I'm going with Lakers Celtics in the finals, and the Lakers will win championship number 18 over Boston and say that it was for Kobe since we're in the year 2024. That is my biggest prediction. Also, I mean, LeBron, when he was in the East with Miami and Cleveland, the history and rivalry that he had with Boston over all three of his stints in the East, I think that would make for a great storybook. So,
And he even lost Kyrie to Boston.
even lost Kyrie to Boston. So, that's my boldest prediction. Celtics Lakers is the finals, but I mean, obviously, my brain is going like a Bucks Nuggets or something like that.
That's such a controversial pick from you, Miles.
What, Bucks Nuggets?
Hmm.
Oh, come on. Okay. All right. I've said mine. I'm putting it out there. Celtics Lakers. There's definitely more realistic options than that. What is your finals prediction?
I don't know what you're smiling about. This is the best finals prediction you could have ever heard. You got the Denver Nuggets going back to the NBA Finals to
Okay.
play the New York Knicks. Book it right now. Book it right now.
What?
Right this instant.
He's leaving.
Right this instant. You got Jalen Brunson. He's going to come into this season. I think he's going to be an All NBA player, especially after the new experience he gained from being on the Team USA team. And then I think you had Josh Hart, who was on that Team USA team. They're going to be much better. Julius Randle's going to come in. He's going to be a dog. I think this team is just going to come out. They're going to surprise everyone in the playoffs. They're going to do better than they did last year. They're going to make the playoffs and then get swept by the Denver Nuggets.
They're gonna make the finals and get swept.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Miami
goodness.
esque run. Miami esque run for sure.
Wow, interesting.
My really bold prediction. If you want to get really bold with it, you keep the Nuggets in, or you keep the Knicks in there, and you add the Minnesota Timberwolves, who I think are
no.
going to make the finals as well. Yes. No, hear me out. Talking about that Team USA team, we've seen a lot of players come back from that and be way more experienced. Anthony Edwards was the top dog on that team. Rudy Gobert, the Frenchman, he's going to come back. He's going to be great. Great. He's the Jokic stopper.
You hate Rudy Gobert.
Not anymore. I went on an Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat, and I came back, and I realized I need to be nicer to Rudy, and I need to give him the flowers that he deserves. Karl Anthony Towns, great. McDaniels, great. Everyone on this team is great. This team is going to make the finals, I think, as a dark horse. So if they don't be surprised.
As a dark horse.
If they do, if you bet on both these teams to win the finals, you win a lot of money. You better see 50%. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah. All right, but your official one is Denver, New York. Honestly, I can't be
Yes.
I can't be too mad at it. Here, there are the official ones. They're up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers, Celtics for me. Nuggets, Knicks for Jackson. Oh my goodness gracious!
My money.
Oh my goodness! What a finish to these first 10. What a finish to these 10 questions. Oh my goodness gracious, Jackson! Just like old times, man. It was a blast, man. If you want to remind the fans, where can everybody find you now in the YouTube world?
YouTube.tv/Jackson Talk Sports. Is it all lowercase? Let me check. I don't think it is. I think every word, like Jackson, J is capitalized, Talk, T is capitalized, Sports, S is capitalized.
Right.
I could be wrong. Let me check.
But Jackson
that's
Talk
what it is.
Sports.
Green logo. We got 3 videos up all about the NFL right now, but we're coming out with other ones.
Sweet, some good stuff coming. Thank you so much for coming on, Goggles. It was fun.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, so excited for the season to get started. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more NBA content. I'm your host, Miles. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.